The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. In The Miracle Morning, the not-so-obvious secret guaranteed to transform your life before 8 a.m., Hal Elrod argues that morning of rituals can lead to a successful day. Mornings are an opportunity to start the day off with self-development, help you understand your purpose, and practice being the person you want to be. If you can commit to small rituals in your morning, over time, this adjustment can transform the rest of your days, steer you towards your dreams, and help you avoid the fate of most people, a mediocre and unfulfilled life. Most people don't get close to realizing their dreams, but it doesn't have to be you. Elrod begins his book with a shocking study conducted by the Social Security Administration. The SSA observed people from the beginning of their working lives to their retirement. Out of 100 people, only 1 became rich, 4 became financially stable, 5 had to keep working, 36 died, and 54 needed financial support from family and friends. Elrod assumes that none of these people dreamed of financial hardship. This means that 95% of Americans aren't realizing the lives they wanted for themselves. The grim picture of American life develops when Elrod notes that people are taking more prescription drugs than ever. Heart disease and cancer are on the rise. 50% of marriages end in divorce, and Americans are strapped to an average of $10,000 in debt. This lifetime of averages doesn't have to be our fate. To be sure, we all know people who have achieved their dreams and refused to settle for less. So how can we set ourselves up to become this type of person? Our dreams are possible if we can maximize our potential each day. Elrod writes that everything starts with a morning ritual. Starting your day on a positive note sets the tone for the entire day. You'll be able to get more done if you're excited and organized. By mastering this part of our day, we set ourselves up to win and realize where we should be sinking our time to begin with. Elrod realized the power of mornings after a series of events that derailed his life. Hal Elrod's life changed in the blink of an eye in 1999. After a terrible car crash, Elrod legally died for 6 minutes and then spent several days in a coma. When he finally woke up, doctors told him that he'd have permanent brain damage and he might never walk again. Still, Elrod miraculously healed, but found himself always dwelling on this drama. A few years later, he experienced another devastating setback. In the wake of the 2008 recession, Elrod lost both his clients and his home and fell into a deep depression. One day, a friend advised him to get up early in the mornings and listen to self-help audiobooks while exercising to get the oxygen flowing to his brain. Quickly, Elrod realized how life-changing this advice was. Now, he was looking forward to mornings instead of spending them dreading the day ahead. Within just 2 months, Elrod found he had transformed his life and decided to dedicate his life to personal development. Personal development and success are closely related. To become the people we dream of being, we have to make adequate time for personal development in our day. Do you spend some of your day working on the physical, spiritual, intellectual, or emotional parts of yourself? If you did, your life would certainly improve. The author uses college as an example of this phenomenon. If a person wants to become a doctor or an engineer, they will have to study for some time to develop themselves personally to fit the role. Eventually, the job market recognizes these people as developed enough to get hired. Without this development, success would not be possible. This phenomenon is widely applicable. All of your goals and desires are possible if you take the time to work on developing your skills in that area. For example, if you spend time exercising every morning, you will eventually attract the strength and fitness you once desired. But if you fail to develop these skills, you will never move closer to your dreams. This is why Elrod advocates spending the mornings on personal development. dwelling on past accidents and mistakes we have no power to change and keeps us from reaching our potential. Limit negative feelings with the 5-minute rule. Elrod realized that his life changed the most when he stopped dwelling on the tragedies in his past. He dubs this habit rearview mirror syndrome. People with RMS believe that their past selves are who they are in the present. Maybe you can't commit to a relationship because someone hurt you in the past, or you can't accept a job opportunity because you don't feel capable. Elrod points out that the past is not something we can change, so what's the use worrying about it? We take time away from achieving what we want in our one life. By choosing to spend our time dwelling, we are actively affecting the person we are becoming. We get in the habit of making excuses based on our past, which makes it more likely that we'll make similar mistakes in the future. Of course, grief is inevitable. Elrod realized that by allowing himself 5 minutes every morning to feel the negative feelings about himself or his circumstances, he could validate his emotions without letting them consume his day. After these 5 minutes, he would switch to focusing on the positive and finding gratitude. Commit to changing your life today. To move beyond your past, you must recognize your goals and then acknowledge what needs to be done going forward to reach this goal. You must consider how you will live and which choices will lead to this outcome. All of this lies on our present decisions and in our future. These new choices will define our character, not our past mistakes. Although this adjustment takes discipline, it is the only way towards our ideal lives. You must commit to changing your life today, otherwise you are procrastinating becoming the person you want to be. The author writes that we may feel we aren't prepared enough or that a task at hand is too hard. In general, fear of failure stops us from doing what we must do. To progress, we have to address these habits and stop putting lifestyle changes off. Find your reasons for getting out of bed. Changing your life can seem daunting, but change can start in the first seconds of your day, when your alarm clock goes off. How many times do you hit the snooze button in the morning? Do you hit the snooze every morning? Elrod asks us to consider why. He speculates that most of us don't feel any motivation to get out of bed and don't want to rise to their life. Elrod gives the example of people with depression. These people have the hardest time getting out of bed, hoping to procrastinate the sting of the day. On the other hand, people who wake up with a purpose are most likely to get up early. You probably have no trouble getting up on Christmas morning or your wedding day. Elrod cites Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Aristotle, and Albert Einstein as people who started their days bright up early. We often tell ourselves that the amount or quality of sleep we got will determine the day. Elrod cautions this assumption, saying it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Instead, we should remind ourselves that the energy we have in the morning also comes from our excitement for the day. By focusing our attention on this sense of purpose, it's much easier to feel refreshed no matter how much tossing and turning you did the night before. Avoid the snooze button, brush your teeth, and drink water first thing in the morning to prepare yourself for morning rituals. Elrod calls your excitement for the day your wake-up motivation level. He gives several practical tips to maximize it. The night before, tell yourself that you'll wake up tomorrow feeling refreshed. You will already look forward to your fresh start, and your brain won't subconsciously signal that you aren't ready for life. Your attitude about sleep can alone transform whether your brain feels prepared to rise. Next, put your alarm clock somewhere out of reach. Elrod recommends putting it across the room from your bed. Once it rings, you will have to get up to switch it off. In the morning, after you turn your alarm off, go to the bathroom to brush your teeth. You will feel fresh and awake after doing this. Then, go to the kitchen for a glass of water and drink it as fast as you can manage. Water will rehydrate you after a night of sleep. Elrod notes that we may feel more tired because of this dehydration, and water can help us start to feel more awake. Take time to be silent in the morning. After you've gotten out of bed, the stress of the day starts to mount in our minds. Elrod writes that the morning is the ideal opportunity to tackle this stress head-on. The first thing you can do to release this stress is to carve out time for purposeful silence. One popular example of this is meditation. Successful people like Oprah Winfrey, Jerry Seinfeld, and Russell Simmons all have made meditation an essential part of their day. The author offers his own style of meditation called the Miracle Morning Meditation. To start, find a comfortable place to sit still, like a pillow or the couch, and sit cross-legged and upright. Then, close your eyes and look forward. Bring your attention to your breath. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Breathe into your belly. Set a rhythm for your breathing, whether it be 3-second or 5-second breaths. You may notice thoughts trying to intrude on your meditation. When these arise, push them away and bring your focus back to your breath. Elrod admits that starting to meditate can feel extremely difficult, but it gets easier the more you practice. Soon enough, you'll notice your stress levels drop. If you've determined meditation isn't helpful, it isn't the only way to take a moment of silence for yourself. This could mean sitting quietly with a cup of tea, praying, or reflecting on the things in your life you're grateful for. The most important thing is that you take time to steal away a rare moment of silence for your benefit. Affirmations and visualizations in the morning give you time to invent your perfect day every day. The basis of a happy life is a life that feels fulfilling. The author points to negative self-talk as something standing in the way of feelings of fulfillment. Positive self-talk, on the other hand, can help us alter how we think about our lives and see everything in a more positive light. Take some time to sit down and write out affirmations. Ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? What am I going to do to get there? Create an affirmation that describes how perfect your life will feel and what you feel you are capable of. Read it aloud to yourself on a daily basis. Next, take some time to visualize yourself in your ideal life once you've achieved your goals. If you want to write a book, imagine yourself feeling inspired and joyfully writing page after page at your desk. Use your affirmations to help you visualize your perfect day. By reminding yourself of what's important to you, you can start to see yourself as capable and work towards what really matters on a daily basis. Exercising in the morning keeps you healthy and energized. It can be hard to squeeze exercise into our busy days, despite how important it is for our well-being. Exercise keeps our minds and bodies healthy. It reduces our risk of disease and helps us feel better about our physical appearance. It often gets pushed to the bottom of our to-do list as meetings and breaks take over our day. Self-made millionaire Eben Page writes that he starts every morning with a personal success ritual, with exercise as the most important part. Pagan felt his blood pumping and flowing to his brain, making his workday easier to start. Elrod recommends following his lead. A classic morning walk or run can be enough, but for those that struggle to get out of the door, follow a Pilates or yoga video on the floor of your bedroom. Just 10 to 20 minutes can help wake you up and raise your energy levels for the day. Mornings should be for personal growth. Take a minute to read and write. After exercise, Elrod emphasizes reading and writing as the most significant part of your morning. By getting inspired and reflecting on your life, you can help yourself move towards the life you want. Try reading personal development books to gain wisdom and insight first thing in the day. This wisdom is especially helpful for people who've experienced success in their life. Look through books about all of your goals, whether it be managing your money, building on your relationships, or starting a business. Aim to reading a minimum of 10 pages a day, which is about 20 minutes of reading. This could add up to more than 18 books a year. Once you find a book you love, reread it and highlight the information that is most useful. You could even write down the best ideas so it's easier to recall the most meaningful ideas. After reading, take 5 to 10 minutes to write every morning. Consider your thoughts, feelings, fears, insights, or lessons you've learned recently. Elrod noticed in his own life that he felt far more grateful for what he had. In his writing, he focuses on what he has achieved and the goals he wants to meet in the future. He does this by drawing a line down the page and writing lessons learned on one side and new commitments on the other. This strategy helped him improve on the mistakes he's made and focus on changes he wants to make moving forward. Make your morning your own. Now that you've learned the 6 fundamental morning habits, you can tailor them to your needs. Elrod recommends taking an hour of your day for these habits and dividing it based on your needs. But even if you have less than an hour, taking just a few minutes for each thing can change your life. Elrod even shows how you can incorporate these practices in just 6 minutes. Minute 1. Sit in silence. Minute 2. Recite your affirmations. Minute 3. Note down things you're grateful for and what you'd like to achieve. Minute 5. Read 2 pages of a book. Minute 6. Do some push-ups and crunches. Keeping your miracle morning flexible can keep you from straying during times of travel or busy days. The author writes that he travels often, but makes sure to fit in these rituals in hotel rooms or even on the plane. He makes sure to take a book, journal, and his yoga lessons with him wherever he goes. Even people who work the night shift can make the most of their day. Just follow these practices right after you wake up. The key is to set aside time for self-improvement, and you will quickly see your life changing for the better. To start a new habit, you have to stick with it for 30 days. Get an accountability partner to help you reshape your mornings over the next month. The miracle morning is like any habit and takes time to get used to. The author recommends finding a partner to incorporate the morning routine so you can hold each other accountable. If a friend is waiting for you, you're more likely to follow through and motivate the other person to come too. Elrod writes that the most successful people have an accountability partner who is equally as driven. The ideal partner is someone who will stay positive and inspire you to try your best. They should also be someone that you feel comfortable brainstorming and sharing ideas with. Ultimately, if you are sharing this journey with someone, you are far less likely to grow tired and quit. It takes around 30 days to form a habit, so don't feel discouraged if it's difficult at first. The first 10 days are the most difficult, but the next 10 days start to get easier, albeit still hard to bear. During the last 10 days, however, you will notice that the habit starts to integrate itself into your identity, and you will start to enjoy it. The main takeaway. To avoid a mediocre life, every day should be a chance to remake your character. The author argues that we can take advantage of our mornings, no matter how much time we have, and work on crucial personal development skills. This includes taking time to be silent and spiritually present, exercising to get in touch with your body, visualizing your ideal day and life, affirming what you're capable of, reading to gain insight, and writing to understand your thoughts, fears, goals, and gratitude. By starting our morning in this way, we can better realize our purpose in life and approach the day as our best and most prepared selves.
Hi, I'm Rhonda, and this is an exclusive audiobook video recorded for the Audiobook Master Channel. Enjoy your audiobook and have fun learning. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll get updated on our next upload. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and say your thoughts about the book we just covered. Do you want to listen to a summary or review of a book that we haven't covered in the past? Say it in the comments below or send us a message. Don't forget to check our other uploads. Enjoy listening!